What is YouTube? How y'all doing? Check it out, man. It is 6 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes you need to wake up, man. So you gotta pray and you gotta show love to people, man. I'm hoping everybody is great. Check this out.
So, Uncle Mike, what's the one thing we all can do that would change the world?
If everybody just helps someone who has less than them, one day somebody's gonna show real love back to you.
It's time to stop the hatred. We're bleeding from our pride, arguing over words and the innocent die. Mothers crying nightly, babies still missing. Borders overflowing, leaders don't listen. We judge by the sin, never look in the glass. Blaming everybody else, never look in the past. When the day comes to meet God face to face, he gonna ask why we never learned to love in this place. Yeah, Charlie Kirk's gone, the streets still mourn. News flash heavy, another soul torn. And cats staying silent don't mean he don't care. Maybe he's speaking to the family and not the glare. Social media fools us. We think it's the truth, but healing starts offline in the booth and the youth. One big family, that's what we should be. But we trapped in division instead of unity. What's up? Everybody wanna feel love. Everybody wanna feel love. Wake up, no more scrolling the live. Every headline talks it, every day a surprise. People posting anger, turning comments to war. But the real change starts when we walk out the door. Celebrities duck DNA, dodging the tests. While the people in the trenches can't get no rest. The poor fight the poor, while the rich make a plan. We all distracted, pointing fingers at our fellow man. Gunshots echo, just from words being spoken. Neighborhood shattered, another home broken. It's deeper than a hashtag, deeper than a trend. Time to change course before we all see the end. No more clout chasing, no more fake fame. Life ain't a filter, this ain't a game. God looking down, wonder why we divide when he made us all equal, standing side by side. Everybody wanna feel love. Everybody wanna feel love. Everybody get love. Everybody wants the best. Say everybody wants to feel love.
If everybody just helps someone who has less than them, one day somebody's gonna show real love back to you. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to feel love.
At the end of the day, everybody wants to feel love. Everybody. I don't care what you do. You can be the ugliest or the baddest dude in jail, deep down in jail. You start showing them a little bit of love, they'll change. They heart opens. Everybody, man. Except for Jay-Z. I'm just playing. Except for Jay-Z. I can't believe that Jay-Z will not take that DNA test, man. I mean, that's not only guilt, but the part I can't believe is judges in the court system. This whole system is for 10 years, man. It's been over 10 years this guy been trying to get him to take a DNA test. Some judge or somebody got to stand up and say, well, damn, this dude never gave up. I tell you what, let's take the test and see. I'm curious. If I was a judge, I'm curious. I want to see, man, you've been ducking this man for 10 years. You finally took the test and you ain't the daddy. Bye. It's over with. It's done. Then Ramir can move on to find his father. He can at least move on and try to find his father if that's what his quest is. If he's on the quest of, oh my God, how the heck I do this every time, man. I started talking about some stuff that only had nothing to do with nothing. Hey, check it out. Jay-Z and Roc Nation exposed in major hit piece article. Beyoncé, Alicia Keys, Charlemagne Tha God. Oh my God. y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell. Let's get into this bad boy. Let's check it out.
Just been released via Vanity Fair, and we have to get into this. Please listen to this video carefully, because this article is revealing basically some very manipulative stuff. Hey guys, that's Morali Daily and consistent content. Do subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into this video. Vanity Fair, inside the war over Jay-Z's New York City casino. The rap legend recruited everyone. Secret plans, which have now been revealed, from Alicia Keys to Al Sharpton to Charlemagne, to land a $5.4 billion gambling palace in Times Square. How everything basically failed. Tens of billions of dollars, thousands of jobs, and quite possibly the fate of New York's most iconic industry and most awful tourist trap were all at stake. But the closing days of a years-long fight over whether to build a casino in Times Square seemed to revolve around Jay-Z. Al Sharpton was recruited. He headlined a rally just south of Times Square's iconic red steps, saying yes this time, yes time in Times Square, Jay-Z, Jay-Z, he was shouting. Hov, through his entertainment firm Roc Nation, poured hundreds of millions of dollars, it's now been revealed, into a stake in the project, according to Desiree Perez. Then Roc Nation joined Holiday's company SL Green and Caesars Entertainment in spending millions and millions more promoting it to sometimes wary lawmakers and the public at large. The goal, to secure one of the 3 licenses for casinos in the New York City area. So they're recruiting Al Sharpton, to run around and do speeches, and then they're pouring millions and millions of money into lawmakers and into the public. Where's all of this millions coming from? Where are hundreds of millions of this money via Roc Nation coming from? Their main prime cash cow, Beyoncé, which is why she's continuously going on tour every single 2 years, is because Jay-Z wants and needs that money to help please investors. Why that makes sense? Listen closely and you will understand why. On Wednesday,
I never even thought about that. They are going on tour, and Jay-Z, you need to put out another album, and you need to do a tour. You got Beyonce shaking her stuff all over the place, and you got the daughter. I don't know if they pulling in money like that, man. Doing the cowboy strut or whatever they call that thing. God, trying to get this money up. Here we go.
Every single 2 years is because Jay-Z wants and needs that money to help please investors. Why that makes sense? Listen closely and you will understand why. Okay. On Wednesday, yesterday, everything fell apart. Before a bid could even be considered by the state's regulators, it had to capture 4 of 6 votes from a community advisory committee, all appointed by local politicians. That vote finally happened after years of build-up, and the committee rejected the bid. This led to a major breakout in that room.
You know it. We met the standard and then some, and the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees, and everybody else runs and hides. Go run and hide. Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community and this city and state, you have to live with that history forever.
Despite support from the mayor and the governor.
Oh my God, wait a minute. And they just walking out. Look, man, we made our decision. It's over with, and you still talking. What the heck is you talking about anyway? I wouldn't even listen.
Committee rejected the bid. This led to a major breakout in that room.
You know it. We met the standard and then some, and the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees, and everybody else runs and hides. Go run and hide. Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community and this city and state,
they don't see it that way.
You have to live with that history forever.
They don't see it that way, bro.
Despite support from the mayor and the governor of New York, the Times Square casino is officially now dead.
Yeah, you know what? They probably look here, man. We need their money, so I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna vote yes, but y'all make sure y'all do, because I'm with y'all. But I need to let them know that I'm voting for them. But I'm down with y'all. You feel me? All that stuff play a role, man. I have seen all kinds of stuff like this happen before. I'm gonna say yes because we need. So if we all say no, then they're gonna be like, they hate us. But I'm the mayor, so I don't hate you. I'm trying to work with y'all. So pay me some more money so I can pay these people. Yeah, that's how it works, man. That's how it works.
You have to live with that history forever.
Man, they probably laughing.
Despite support from the mayor and the governor of New York, the Times Square casino is officially now
And
dead.
the governor.
It's massive loss for all of the partners in the Times Square project, including the most famous one, talking about how he's from these neighborhoods. Jay-Z told the advisory committee members as they sat across a conference table, we hear a lot of talk about the community. We are the community. We're not saying give it to us because we happen to be black, Hispanic, and female. Desiree Perez tells me right before the big vote. I mean, that's insane. What kind of racial manipulative tactics are being used here by people? Give it to us because we happen to be black, Hispanic, and female. That's what we're not saying right before the big vote. This is how Desiree Perez is working when there's a big class divide between the wealthy and the poor of those who are black, Hispanic, and female. So Desiree Perez is using these racial politics to help get this casino, and clearly that didn't take place. Wow, I can't believe she even said that. And of course, these reporters are clearly calling them out because they're putting in the shade right before the big vote. Jay-Z's allies argued that opponents weren't just a bunch of finger-wagging hall monitors standing in the way of thousands of black and brown people getting casino jobs. They were, according to Sharpton, oligarchs. But this was a crazy word to use, given the fact that Jay-Z actually has billionaire status. So therefore, wouldn't that make him an oligarch too? But the opposition had its own case to make, and that case ultimately prevailed. Casinos weren't just dangerous to the theatre community, they argued. They rarely bring the revenue they promise. One of the casinos in upstate New York barely is bringing in revenue and needs $585 million from the government to even stay afloat. What's more...
Wow. Wow. I love that. Yeah. Let the people go and vote. If you don't like it, turn away from it. Yeah. That's what's up right there. That is what's up, Jay-Z. How you going? Come on, man. Well, what the problem is that casino is too far away. It need to be closer in the city than a lot of people go. I wonder what that casino down there close by my house is doing, because a lot of people was having a fit when they was doing that at the harbor. It's a harbor down there. Shout out to DC. Waldorf, Maryland, baby. We in DC. Shout out to all the DMV folks. DNV is in the house.
Bring the revenue they promise. One of the casinos in upstate New York barely is bringing in revenue and needs $585 million from the government to even stay afloat. What's more, casinos tend to bleed money from the sort of communities that Jay-Z is trying to represent, the black and brown communities. Promises to the contrary were empty and even harmful to the community. So isn't this, hypocritical? Jay-Z's interest in casinos even goes way back to more than 15 years, where he's been trying to do this. One of the bidders tapped Jay-Z for informal marketing and community advice. That bidder eventually won, beating out companies like SL Green. But after that, the deal was, clearly collapsed.
He been trying to do this for 15 years? God, he sound like Dr. Umar now. Nah, he don't sound nothing like Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar been opening up a school. Dude, I went up there. Y'all should have seen that ugly school, man. For all the money he raised for the 13 years. But anyway, Jay-Z, since you got turned down for this little casino thing, then you got more time to take this DNA test, bruh. We waiting for the DNA result, man. Oh my God, that'd be a miracle. If anything in this music industry would happen, in 5 days, Diddy going back to court for a little hearing. People still filing stuff on Diddy. Jay-Z name, it keep popping up. It keep popping up. Ali Carter said that you don't tell on Diddy. You don't tell on Diddy. No, I think she got that one wrong, y'all. You don't tell on Jay-Z. So far, Jay-Z been squeaky clean. He keep his mouth shut also. So anyway, let's get back to this casino thing, man.
The bidders tapped Jay-Z for informal marketing and community advice. That bidder eventually won, beating out companies like SL Green. But after that, the deal was, clearly collapsed. Jay-Z and Roc Nation then continued to explore casino deals, and then conversations began in 2022 where all of this slowly began to unfold. There was fear that a casino would leech more from the neighborhood than it would add. Every casino bidder promised hundreds of millions in improvements to the community around them. Each casino bid faced opponents who noted...
Wow, wait a minute. Let's check this out. I wonder, this right here, y'all, that big billboard, maybe the billboard company got involved with a couple of people that's rich that don't want the casino. Somebody got to pay for that sign being up there. Somebody need to pay for that, and I know that costs some money. So no Times Square casino. I ain't even see that. And they got the t-shirts and the t-shirts made. Yeah. Somebody had to pay for that right there. Good gracious.
Jay-Z and Roc Nation can continue to explore casino deals, and then conversations began in 2022 where all of this slowly began to unfold. There was fear that a casino would leech more from the neighborhood than it would add. Every casino bidder promised hundreds of millions in improvements to the community around them. Each casino bid faced opponents who noted those payments were a rounding error compared to the money to be made. Early on, the Times Square group approached State Senator Liz Kruger. She may have been a die-hard gambling opponent. I voted against bingos in church basements, she once told me. But she controlled one of the 6...
Is that what Tisha Tales got that from? That's where she got it from. She said, I voted for... God damn. I voted against having bingo in the church basement. Yeah, you right. If it's money being exchanged, you're supposed to vote against it. God said, and this is in the Bible, God said the church should be built upon tithing and offering. Did y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Y'all know Uncle Mike got a little library going on up in his head. Yeah. Remember the scriptures when they said Jesus came in and turned the tables over and was real mad? It's like the only time Jesus got mad in the whole Bible, something like that. Yeah, man. That's real. That's facts. Y'all turning my father's house into the house of thieves because they started doing money transactions and stuff like that. Anyway, man, here we go.
The group approached State Senator Liz Kruger. She may have been a die-hard gambling opponent. I voted against bingos in church basements, she once told me. But she controlled one of the 6 votes on the Times Square CAC. So therefore, she was an important person because she was part of the 6. In a Zoom meeting, she said the casino team asked her if she wanted to meet Jay-Z. She responded saying, why? I don't even like his music anyways. She recorded saying, them responding, well, you don't want to meet Jay-Z? You do know who he's married to. Boom. There we go. Once again, this article is exposing the fact that Roc Nation and Jay-Z are using Beyonce.
Like I'm supposed to change my mind. You want to meet Uncle Mike? Nah, I don't want to meet Uncle. Well, he's married to Mina. Oh, you ain't telling me that part. I want to meet him now. What? Excuse me. I'm doing a water diet. Yeah, I'm drinking all kinds of do-it fluids. But I'm hungry as I don't know what to. I'm hungry, man. But I mean, why would that make a difference, man? That's crazy. They like, you don't want to meet Jay-Z? ? Well, you know he's married to, you know who he's married to. I don't give a sugar. I'm over here trying to make some different. I'm trying to make a difference in this state.
Well, you don't want to meet Jay-Z? You do know who he's married to. Boom. There we go. Once again, this article is exposing the fact that Roc Nation and Jay-Z are using Beyonce as that chess piece. Like she's a cash cow when it comes to all the tools and the money. Right here, they are persuading somebody on the board in these Zoom meetings, which have now been exposed and revealed, detailing to us that they were using her as a chess piece. You don't want to meet Jay-Z? Okay, you don't like his music, but look who he's married to. Beyonce, one of the biggest A-listers in the world. You know, let me push Beyonce. And of course, if she agreed, Beyonce would be like that. Right there, out of nowhere, cleared her entire schedule to sit there and speak to Liz Kruger and smile on her face and sweet talk everything. Not because Beyonce wants to do that, but because Jay-Z has told Beyonce to do so. Beyonce's been living under Jay-Z 24/7, but at the same time...
Yeah, that's one of the things I would always wonder. And he's, I don't know, this dude got something on that little kid, Blue Ivory or something. And Beyonce is probably, I need to see some of her interviews to see her talk and have a conversation and stuff. Only thing I seen Beyonce do is sing. But I don't think she speaks on her own. I don't think a lot of them don't speak on their own, man. Oh my God.
Jay-Z is also benefiting off Beyonce's status. Beyonce to me is just that cash cow puppet of Jay-Z, and clearly all of this is showing so. It's not surprising to me that a couple of days ago they were cozying up with the Krishners, sitting on that table at their own event where they organized the seating, they organized who was invited, who was not invited, and there she was smiling in their faces. She does everything that Jay-Z tells her to do. Point blank period. She's still a grown-ass adult, but at the same time, I doubt that whatever she publicly wants to try stand for in her music to get everybody to buy it is what she really stands for. Liz Kruger did not meet Beyonce, nor did she get together with Jay-Z, not even when Jay-Z went up to the state capitol in Albany this May, but the Times Square casino crew used other secretive ways to make their plans more convincing. They recruited a former NYPD commissioner, Bill Bratton, who came up with a $78 million plan to secure the neighborhood with drones and cameras and a private security force. Wow. They pledged to buy tens of millions of dollars worth of theater tickets to boost the Broadway economy because theater boys and girls were proving to be a big opponent. And they made this a point over and over and over again. However, this obviously did not work because this clearly did not make any sense. Even the neighbors of the people around this new casino were also worried. Plenty of locals did not want this at all. But what happened? Fat Joe was recruited, who was a Roc Nation client, to basically give 8-hour free buffets for the locals, to show up, to lend support to the locals, to help persuade them that, you know, this casino is needed. I think it's a really predatory business, said Alicia Tha God, who...
He looking like, listen to Jay-Z. Yes, boss. No problem, boss. Anything you say, boss, I do, boss. Fat Joe. I'm just happy to be here, boss. With you, boss. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand how he got where he's at.
Show up.
I mean, I understand because of his race in hip hop and stuff, and so he represents that Spanish. I don't know what I'm saying. Here we go.
Up to lend support to the locals to help persuade them that, you know, this casino is needed. I think it's a really predatory business, said Alicia Tha God, who is president of the Tenants Association of the local area. So if they're not going to recruit Beyonce, if they're not going to, you know, recruit Al Sharpton, then you're bringing in Fat Joe to bring free food to the people of the locals around the area for the casino to prove to them that this is needed. How predatory and manipulative is this? It's absolutely insane.
Yes, boss. I do anything, boss. No problem, boss. He got that case on him too? Yeah.
July, Desiree Perez announced that the casino would give $22.5 million over 15 years to Manhattan Plaza and put 0.5% of the casino's profits into a trust controlled by the residents. Considering the projected bill to remodel 1515 Broadway into a casino would come out to $5.4 billion, that stake would and could prove to be beyond lucrative. In comes Alicia Keys, a Roc Nation client who grew up in Manhattan, reportedly met residents later that day to talk up the deal. The tenants' associations withdrew from the anti-casino coalition a few days after that. So Alicia Keys now has also been brought in to talk to the locals and persuade them. And it's insane to me because you would have thought that the likes of Beyonce, Fat Joe, Alicia Keys, Al Sharpton would have had a far busier schedule of work that they need to do. But when their master, Jay-Z, instructs them to speak to locals because they're so desperate to have this casino, immediately they fall in line to do what they're told to do.
Yes, boss. I told you, boss. Yes, boss. I'm here, boss. What do you need, boss? What date, boss? I'll clear my schedule for you, boss. Yes, boss. No problem, boss.
Residents' reactions were very mixed. However, more than a few were worried that the grant had hidden strings attached, and so therefore this $22.5 million was withdrawn because they did not even want that, and I'm glad that they don't. It even gets crazy, guys, because Charlemagne Tha God popped by a CAC hearing and expressed his support. So did Fat Joe, who introduced himself with his given name. Other casino bidders have some measure of star power. The fact that Charlemagne there is insane to me because who even asked you? Who asked you to go and support Jay-Z? And it's
that's his job, man. Don't be mad at that man doing his job. You gotta go over this. Hi, Jay-Z. You gonna come back on the radio? Or hi, Jay. I'm Charlemagne. Boo, boo. I'm Charlemagne. Come on, the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. He is the part. That's what they call it, the Breakfast Club. Yeah, that's the Breakfast Club. Dame Dash on there. Oh my God. That's what he do. You gotta stay in it. That's the dude from the Breakfast Club. Yeah, man, come on, you can come on the Breakfast Club.
This given name. Other casino bidders have some measure of star power. The fact that Charlemagne there is insane to me, because who even asked you to go and support Jay-Z? And it's funny to me because a couple of days ago, Dame Dash went viral when he confronted Charlemagne and saying, you don't ever actually critique this man. Why is that the case? Why are you always licking his ass, but everybody else you want to come at?
It's the money. It's all about the money, man. You don't see that? Here we go.
Dame Dash went viral when he confronted Charlemagne and saying, you don't ever actually critique this man. Why is that the case? Why are you always licking his ass, but everybody else you want to come at?
After the Puff stuff, let me say this. This is my assessment. I've never heard you say one thing bad about Jay-Z, not one.
He's not in the room. You shouldn't talk about it.
Well, here you have Charlemagne is also under Jay-Z's rule and neck, because why are you popping up at hearings trying to support this casino when nobody's asking you to do so and you're not getting paid to do so anyways? But of course, good behavior will lead to good reward, and therefore he will get more opportunities working at the Breakfast Club and wherever the hell that he wants to do. So is he also just playing chess? These weren't the only backers. Several of the city's most powerful unions supported his and pretty much every other casino project because of the jobs they'll provide. They helped also convince Zoran Mamdani to table his previous oppositions to casinos as well. Crazy that he can be bought. But there have been consistent ingrained community opposition to pretty much all of the Manhattan projects as well. So, this to me is wild beyond belief. Wild beyond belief. Sharpton, for his part, brought things back to home. He stressed at the Broadhurst that Roc Nation would give the casino diversity at an ownership level, and added, you're just not going to give a token. Jay-Z's nobody's token. He's a token booth. It's a great turn of phrase, especially for New Yorkers. And to be honest with you, Al Sharpton's talking BS. This casino,
oh, come on, man.
Is nothing short of a predatory enterprise that is going to leech off people around the locals and the black and brown community to take as much money from them as possible. Any promise that they want to help the residents or help Times Square, help New York, help the community is complete BS. I wouldn't be surprised if they started monetizing the prison industry complex and making these prisoners turn into effective slaves, which is already happening as it is, but on a subsidiary level that is owned by Roc Nation and Jay-Z, and then they're praised for helping, black and brown people in the prison complexes. Or, very similar to how Jay-Z was going to help Colin Kaepernick with the NFL, but then swooped in, ended up neglecting that, and now controls who plays at the NFL because he has that hand. He uses everything for leverage. So does Desiree Perez, so does Roc Nation, so do so many different enterprises. And it's not surprising to me now, because Live Nation guys are also facing a lawsuit in regards to fraudulent ticket selling, and people are very concerned. This goes back to what Nicki Minaj tweeted when she said that her tour money, some of it basically went missing, and she feels like some of that was used for money laundering or some kind of fraudulent stuff. So now it's not odd upon me that Live Nation and Ticketmaster guys have been accused of allowing ticket brokers to rake in millions from the resales. FTC and 7 states have officially, guys, filed lawsuits claiming that resellers' violations of ticket purchasing limits were completely ignored, and that they were ignored on purpose. A very interesting article, guys, that has been introduced via Vanity Fair, and this was written by somebody called Noah Shatman, and I'm going to leave the link in the bio below. But it really gives you an interesting eye-level understanding of how exploitative Roc Nation is, and how they're ready to use all their chess pieces whenever they wish to, whether it's something like Beyoncé, something like, how predatory Desiree Perez is being and Jay-Z's being. Oh, we're not saying you shouldn't give it to us because we're black and brown and Hispanic and, female, etc., right before the big vote.
Crazy.
4 people on this committee weren't buying any of this, and I'm so glad, because this business was going to be predatory. But reading this article makes me understand that it was very predatory, guys, and I really hope that you guys have listened to this video right to the end, because I think that it was very important, especially for this video, to watch and listen to this and realize how many power plays are at hand here, and how these secret Zoom meetings have basically been exposed. Do subscribe to the channel, guys. Comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. That's all you guys have to do. It does go a long way. I would really appreciate it if you guys click that button. This was a very long video to film and edit. Subscribe to the channel, join Roc Nation, become a Marauder, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.
Shoot, man. My bad. I'm over here fighting with ChatGPT. It says Charlemagne Tha God is worth $10 million. Did y'all know that? $10 to $11 million. Oh my God, $10 to $11 million. Well, he been doing that Breakfast Club thing for quite some time, man, and it goes up and down, man. You just chill out with your money while you growing your money, I guess. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how I can make $10 million. Boy, I would help some people. Lord have mercy. God knows I would help some people. I'm helping people now, and I ain't even got $1 million. Hey, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Roc Nation, you full of it. Fat Joe, Alicia Keys. I ain't heard nothing from Alicia Keys. Now all of a sudden she gonna jump back into this. It's about the money. It's all about the money. What's in it for me? That's all they there for. And the whole thing failed. Now you need to go take that DNA test. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.